It's the Jobbers Tears podcast.
Well, this is more of a live feed type of thing.
Yeah.
Exclusive.
I haven't found anything. I hate the week of the show because you got to get everything together, and we're small, so it's like it's me and my partner, maybe a couple of friends here and there.
Yeah.
That's probably the most strenuous thing, but I love everything about it.
Okay.
Everything about it. I can tell you, I've had countless conversations 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning with wrestlers about creative things and finishes and possible stuff in the future I want to do with them. That stuff's amazing.
So if one guy, one female, who would you want? Because when's like your top show?
The summer show is going to be pretty massive.
So one guy, one girl, who would you want on your show?
I would love to have Travis Banks.
That's what you would have done. I was like, okay.
I'm gonna have these guys on, so I'm just being like,
you don't know who Travis Banks is? He's gonna be in the WUK Classic, so you do your homework. Travis Banks and Tony Storm.
okay.
Yeah.
Now, what is like one of the goals? I don't believe in people telling their goals out because it's like when you say it, it kind of like goes into the mystic air. But if you can share, what's one of your goals with the promotion? What's one of your maybe top 10 goals, but not in the top 5?
Wait, so you want something that's in my top 10 but not my top 5?
Yeah, because this is my opinion. This is my like voodoo type superstitions about thing about telling your goals out. Because like writers, for instance, if they're writing a story, they don't like telling people about it until it's written down because it becomes part of the universe instead of being part of them. Just what I mean?
I see what I guess with wrestling, I guess it's different. In my top 10, but not in my top 5 is when you think New York City, New Jersey, Tri-State, independent wrestling, Battle Club's the first thing that comes to your head.
Okay. Why the name? Why'd you pick that name?
I didn't. So this started as my partner's baby. This was everything to him. And originally he was just bringing me on as commentator. And I saw this and I was like, not in the best place in the world. I loved my job, but I was literally sitting in the school I was working in, shredding papers. And I stopped and I go, why the hell am I just going to be his commentator? And I hit him up and I was like, dude, whatever you need, I will do. And I've just put in the work. I've filmed for him. I've done hundreds of miles of drives with him. And he just like, yo, you're on. Like, we're part of this.
Leo, we are.
Yeah, I've seen it.
So what is one of the...
Oh, I was going to say he's still recording that.
Yeah, he's still recording now. We cast if the comments will jump on. I know you have to go soon, getting kind of late. You're doing it for so long. You're doing it for a good amount of time. Do you ever see yourself stopping?
No.
Never. I could answer that for you.
I'm in a situation where I stop when I die. That's how much I love it. Which is crazy to say because it's going to take maybe that long for me to actually get some crazy success out of it, but that's the only way I'm going to get that.
I mean, they say they only love you until you're dead, so.
There you go.
I mean, he can't die no time soon because I'm going to grab it from the grave. But
I appreciate you doing that all-female show. Why did you decide to do the all-female show?
Man, the all-female show was something we've been cooking up for a while.
Really?
Yeah, dude. So my partner, Carlos Aristides, he's more like, let's focus on the next show. Let's take care of this. But it's like conversations back and forth driving the ring, around. It's come up I want to say a year ago. We were like, yo, I want to do an all-female show. Me, I've already got shows booked in 2020. I'm that far out ahead. But it came up, let's do an all-female show. We tossed the ideas around, and the all-female show is one of the bucket list things. Mm-hmm. And then a show in Connecticut was a bucket list thing, and then an all-female show in Connecticut is a bucket list thing, and both of these things are happening back-to-back months. What's crazy?
Why is that on your bucket list?
We want to do the best wrestling possible anywhere we can. We want to branch. I mean, we've talked about going to the West Coast, going to the islands. I want to do everything. I want to do everything imaginable.
How'd you pick the wrestlers? How do you pick the wrestlers for your shows?
This is why I'm so busy. I sit down and I'll talk to guys I know and I'll see them share things and I'll go research rabbit hole and it's like, oh my God, I gotta be at work in 2 minutes, but I can't stop watching this guy or girl work.
Okay.
That's literally what it is.
And so what makes you say, I want this person on the show? Like, let's say, for instance, our brother's like, yo, I want to get on your show, and you showed him, he sends you like some videos of himself on YouTube. What makes you say, this guy should be on my show?
It's a bunch of different things. His ability to talk, the way he connects with the crowd, his ability to work. Can he sell? Does he hustle? Like, does he sell his merch? Does he pitch the show? Everyone is different in their own ways, and that's what I take into account because I can't just watch somebody's match. Mm-hmm. You can't, because like if I have a card and it's all great workers, then that's all the card is. I've got no flavor.
Okay.
So, and I'm not saying that the workers on the card aren't great. I think I have a high standard of that, but like they all bring something different, and that's the goal. Is that like you go to the show and you enjoy every single part. There's no like, oh, I could have did without that match, or that segment kind of sucked. Like everything has a purpose, and everything is building to something, so that eventually, like New York, when you hear New York Battle Club is the first thing that comes to mind.
Now, like I've talked up to her about this, about like indies having storylines and everything. Now, how do you work a storyline into an indie show where somebody has to like, not like somebody like me who's just coming in and just watching? Like, how do you work them into your shows?
Well, the media outlets help a lot. Like,
okay,
if you're not familiar with the product, I mean, we're on everything: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Title Match. Like, our stuff is there for you to watch.
Okay,
and we try to make it make sense. You don't want to overload with too many because it's independent. We don't run every month. We don't run every 2 months. Like,
and they may not have the person who was there on the last show on this show.
Yeah.
So like we're a few months apart. This is like an outlier. Like we're gonna run May, June, and July. We don't do that. But it was just the opportunities presented themselves and it fit. So we decided to go.
Why don't you do that?
Because we allow time to construct the show the way we want to.
Ooch.
Yeah, we build, we promote, it's not just social media. Like we go out, flyers, podcasts, interviews, things like that.
Yeah, this one's old fashioned. Like he'll be at a show and be like, come to the next one, come to the next one. Like he's a worker on his feet.
At the same time, in between months with the show, like I'll do commentary for other companies and I scout. Or I'll film for companies and I'll scout. Or I'll just literally go to a show and scout. And like the time between shows allow me to do that. Like if I'm running every month, I've got to worry about the next month. But with the gap,
I see.
With these 3 shows, they worked out because we went from November to March. It's 5 months.
Yeah.
So in those 5 months, I was able to get as much knowledge as I could, and I was like, boom, boom. I was booking guys and gals for July in November. That's how far ahead I was because I knew I had the time. So it's like it worked out. It's not. I don't think we'll do it again, but it worked out. So I had the big gap, and I had more than enough time to plan out these 3 shows.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if there's one area, because you guys have done shows in the Bronx, you guys have done shows in Brooklyn, you guys have done shows in Jersey. Like if there's one particular place you want to call home, because one thing I think for independent, which is kind of hard sometimes, is the consistency. Mm-hmm. So sometimes you want like one place that you could go to and this is your arena, this is your place. If there's one place you guys can call a home, where would it be? It
would be the Bronx. It's where it started. That's where it should be. Like
all the way up.
I'm a Brooklyn guy.
Yeah.
I'd be biased to having it in Brooklyn, but I understand the sanctity of coming home and staying home. Like rappers, they'll be in the hood, they get humongous. Great rappers come back and do something for where they came from.
Okay, I see.
You know what I'm saying? Good rappers, oh yeah, I'll shout them out. But what are you doing for where you came from?
Who's your favorite rapper?
Eminem, Tupac, Ty.
Oh, this is a lot.
Not pop.
Leo, he's in my room.
I'm an Eminem fan.
I love Eminem.
I respect Eminem, but
I love Eminem. Kim is one of my favorite songs.
So let me ask you, who would be the Eminem in WWE?
Ooh. So you talking about mic skills?
All right.
Oh,
or just as a
overall.
As an overall
like if you
performer?
so like you said M, you said Pac, and you said
That's it, just M and Pac.
M and Pac. Okay, so who would be the Eminem in your mind in WWE?
You're not gonna like this, but I think M's the greatest lyricist of all time.
He is.
No, I'm not saying he's not.
Okay.
He's just not like.
Okay,
like,
so M to me would be AJ Styles because I think AJ Styles is the greatest wrestler to ever breathe.
I would say because he's an outlier, Daniel Bryan. Because him being a white guy, Daniel Bryan being like an undersized guy compared to what they usually push in the company and get that much exposure.
That's exactly what AJ is, though.
Yeah, AJ's small.
Yeah, but AJ is just like he got launched on the top of the card right away.
So does Eminem.
Because he's the greatest wrestler that ever breathed.
You know who said that too? Kurt. The Table of Three. He definitely gave like AJ that love. He was
I
like,
mean,
yo,
I know that AJ is. I'm just saying from my perspective, just like M had to build up that respect through people.
And that's what
That's what AJ said. I think you're looking at it more from his WWE days,
AJ.
where AJ wasn't.
Oh no! You know me. I've been AJ fan since Impact. So
But he's been doing stuff before then.
I know that, like how that he was in the tag team with Air Raid and all that.
Yeah.
Trust me, I've been following his career forever. But I'm just saying that for as far as like how at the total, I have to say, you're right. It got to be between him and Daniel Bryan. They both kind of outliers.
Here's why I edge AJ over Daniel. AJ got to the WWE and everyone said, "Oh, he can't talk." He took that mic and everyone was like, "Oh shit, where did this come from?"
But what was some of the grass? This is a wrestling podcast. I mean,
But it's wrestling related.
But it was okay. It was like with M, right? He automatically got the respect of Dr. Dre automatically, and boom, he launched. He went to the runnings. Boom, there was no real obstacles for M. Now Daniel Bryan, on the other hand, I mean, no like.
So you're seeing M as an underdog, and that's how you link Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, because like everybody always give him the pass.
But I mean,
Daniel Bryan is just like there's a lot of people.
Wait, you think M wasn't an underdog?
But M was.
Yeah, he was because like he was the underdog. That's why I said more Daniel Bryan.
That's why he's looking at it as an underdog.
Yeah, because like he had to get the respect from everybody. Daniel Bryan the same exact way. Even though with me, M is not in my top. But I respect him as a lyricist. I know that he's a monster when it comes to the rhymes. Not everybody respect Daniel Bryan, but everybody, not everybody see Daniel Bryan at the time and say, yo, I respect that dude.
You know who I'm gonna say?
Who?
John Cena.
John Cena is the Eminem.
I'm gonna tell you why. So, John Cena wasn't a top guy until guess who discovered him? Steph. And said, hey, he's wearing that Vanilla Ice costume for Halloween. Started rapping, and Steph was like, yo, you should continue doing this. Let's rewind. But Eminem was discovered by Dr. Dre. And Dr. Dre was like, yo, this dude is nice. Who is this guy? When he met him, he's like, oh, you're white. But we're still gonna roll it because you got talent. And I feel it's the same way with Steph because nobody really knows.
I see the parallel.
Yeah, you see the parallel, and then their careers launch.
Yeah,
their careers launch, but then they get so high up, people start hating on them.
Yeah, I see the parallel you're drawing. I was just talking in terms of talent.
Yeah, we don't appreciate John Cena's talent because of. I don't think a lot of people do appreciate him. I think he's very talented. But he's a throwback now. Where you guys have a guy like AJ Styles, who's more of a modern wrestler, where you do more stuff.
But AJ's been around for a very long time. To the point where it's like AJ's like a throwback.
I see what you're saying. AJ's modern now, but this is again, and this is like 25% of what he can do. But this has always been him. So that means for the last 20 years, he's been ahead of his time.
He always has, and I'm not taking that away because of what he does. He's a guy that has more than five moves. You know what I mean?
But the 5 moves to do argument is stupid when it comes to John Cena because you've seen him do more than 5.
We've seen him do 7. We've seen him do 7 or 8. But like I just feel like he's always been a complete package for WWE.
Right.
Mainstream. That's why he's that mainstream thing.
Okay, but here, if I ask you to name the top 3 champions aside from John Cena, most people's default are going to be Hulk Hogan, Steve Austin, and The Rock.
And I said the same thing about them too.
Okay, no, but they all have the same movesets as well.
Yeah, I never argued that. No, you're right about that. You're 100% right.
And I think the difference is like reason why that their moveset got covered up because let's be serious here. The golden era, we was more entertaining side. And look at the attitude era. Like real talk, the only time you see them bust out any other move was at WrestleMania. But overall, they did the same exact move each and every night. But they're allowed to do that because a lot of the matches are not so lengthy now. Attitude Era was more shock value, mic skills, this, that, and third. John Cena had to evolve in this era because he had to realize, this dude is coming from the Indies, been watching me, and then he's killing me. This dude had the same exact build-up as me, but he's doing way more. I gotta add more.
But that's the contradiction he's talking about because if I asked everyone who their top 3 champions were, it's gonna be those 3 guys. But then you go and I'm saying most people, and then you go and you hate John Cena. He's literally doing the same thing, but probably better.
No, that's why I used him as Eminem because he was because Eminem said something because I'm a huge Eminem fan. He knows that I love this dude. In a lot of his interviews, he said, I'm not saying anything different than what black rappers are saying. I'm saying the same exact thing. It's just that he does a little bit better than obviously, but his subject matter wasn't different. And that's why I use John Cena. He is not doing anything different than those guys. But what you just said, he's doing a little bit better.
Yeah.
And he combined something that a lot of people couldn't do that around his time coming up. His mic skills are phenomenal. And he can rap, and he was able to go semi-mainstream during his time because he had a rap album out, bro.
Yeah.
And it went gold. Maybe platinum, I don't know. But the thing about he sells, and that's why I'm always talking about him being Eminem because Eminem sells. Like John Cena just recently went down the card as being a top seller.
So what do you say that someone like kind of as far as like I would say if you want to say M, then who's the Kanye? I said the Kanye West of the WWE, someone that always had to go against everybody, and now he's the freaking on top of the card. It has to be like, dang, I had it in my brain.
I would say for Kanye West because that's the end of the whole thing. Is Daniel Bryan. Because
no.
Let me explain.
It's more than Miz. It's more than Miz because the fact that Daniel Bryan don't want to do anything else but wrestle. Kanye West came to the rap game, he changed it. The Miz came to WWE, he changed the perspective of all you people come from outside and flipping it for his favor. Kanye West does everything from fashion and everybody listens to when he talks. Miz, he's into shows. How many Marine series that he took it over and made it to the hit he is right now?
I get that, but just that the way Daniel came up, being fired, being said what are you doing right now, and the way the people looked at him and
the Miz he didn't get bullied backstage eating chicken over a ref's back and get kicked out. The fact that
he ate chicken with somebody's back, I'm getting pissed too.
But listen, all I'm saying is the fact that how that. Yo, when he won, when he made event, everybody gets on him. But yeah, everybody say, yo, I gotta respect the man's work.
Yeah, but the thing about he main evented. The thing is, the reason why I used Kanye and Daniel because it was more of a struggle. He was main eventing already early in his career, and his critics hated on him.
So are you saying Daniel Bryan was Kanye before him and Jay got together?
Yes, and then when he finally gets with Jay, he started doing all this stuff.
So how about this? Daniel Bryan is late registration, college dropout Kanye West. The Miz is graduation and forward.
No.
He's saying before even college dropout.
His career is basically his peers respect him. That's what Kanye was respected by his peers.
He was.
But for his producer skills. But his producer skills. Yeah. And people respected Daniel because his wrestling skill, but then they didn't fully think he could be a star. The same way that the pairs didn't think Kanye could be a star.
So basically, Daniel Bryan to Kanye West. Daniel Bryan. Damn. I don't know how to connect these sentences together.
I would give
so I'm just gonna say it.
So I would give you.
But I'm just gonna say it
appreciate that.
The way that if it comes out wrong, it comes out wrong, guys.
All right, no problem.
It comes out wrong, but I'm saying this. Dang, maybe miss my whole thought. But nevertheless, though, Kanye. I guess Daniel Bryan to Kanye was a WWE because.
I think if you're saying the struggle part of it, it would
But
definitely
that's
be
any rapper
before.
struggled then. Like
Then okay.
Meals, like my son struggled and like my son.
No, but you're not getting the point. Is that Daniel was already in the industry. He was working. He was making a name for himself, but he wasn't respected for it.
The disconnect is like you and I are talking talent to talent comparison, and he's talking journey to journey.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying more about how they got there, where they're at.
Keep you here a little longer because we would have been here all night. Leo, are there any? Just give me 2 questions that were on the feed.
Feed was cut.
Okay. Do you see any questions that people wrote?
It was not really questions, but people just said stuff to what was being said.
Okay, just comments, concerns.
Confirmation that John Cena went platinum.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's probably Izzy.
Someone said RC Dub podcast. I would say M is Punk. I'd say Punk is Pac. Because Punk said things that made people uncomfortable, and he was good at doing it. Yeah. And coincidentally, Punk's my all-time favorite.
Really?
Yeah, Punk's my all-time favorite.
Who's your all-time worst?
I'm not gonna say that.
Don't say it.
I'm not gonna say
Is
it.
it a Brooklyn Brawler?
It's definitely.
No.
I'm about to say like we do not disrespect Brooklyn Brawler.
We don't disrespect the high class of jobbers.
I'm not. The person is available for booking, so I'm not gonna say.
Oh, okay. Is there a person right above that is not available?
All right. What else? That's it.